everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brooklyn and today's video is the beginning of TAR, the Amazing Read-A-Thon. And if you don't know anything about the Amazing Read-A-Thon, where have you been? But go check out Bree from Full Pause and a Books channel. I'll link her down below and everything. Might be too late to start now by the time I upload this video, but for next year, because I'm sure she'll be doing it again. This is the second year that I'm participating and the second year that it's running. And I had such a great time last year that I wanted to vlog with you guys to show what I'm reading this year, because I'm just so excited and so amped up to read so many books. I have finished the first leg. I've gotten on my train, because that's what I used, or bus. And I went off to the races with Elsie Silver. That is the first book I read for this read-a-thon to get to Toronto. And I absolutely loved this book. I ended up giving it 4 stars. It's probably like 4.5, I reckon. I just love Elsie Silver's writing, and I've been reading the Chestnut Springs series along with that read-along that I've been doing that I've been talking about so much. But yeah, I listened to this one, and I've been reading physically the other ones. And I still really enjoyed it. I just love the characters. There is a connection to this series, which is really cool. The sister that doesn't really get mentioned. Well, she does get mentioned, but she's not really a main character at all in the other series. She is, I think, going to be a main character in this one, but she's a side character at the moment in this book anyway. So yeah, I really liked it. I really started off strong with that one, and I just had a great time. And that book was 334 pages, and because it was romance, and I'm in team romance if you didn't know, so I got 384 points, I think. Yeah, I think that's right. Anyway, it's fine. The sheets work it out. Not the sheets, when I submitted, it all works out for Brie, so it's all good. And then I read Where's Molly by H.D. Carlton as my first sightseeing book. This one I have a lot of thoughts on. As you guys will probably know, I read Haunting and Hunting Adeline not too long ago, and I absolutely loved those books. They're very dark romance, and they are a lot to begin with and to get used to, but I ended up really, really enjoying them. And I have a whole vlog on that, so you can see me going through the motions of thinking, do I like this guy? How can I like this guy? But I did. This one is following a character that we kind of get a glimpse of in those books. In the second book, Adeline is taken away, which is just like, I'm not going to say what happens to Adeline, but she's in this place and she finds this diary who is written by Molly, who we're following in this new book. And I had just issues with this one because she went through similar things that Adeline went through, but she went through it, I would argue, a lot worse, because she grew up in a terrible family that was abusive, like in so many different ways. Please read the trigger warnings for this book. Honestly, any H.D. Carlton book, you need to probably book in a mental health appointment after. I just had issues with the relationship in this one. I felt off at times. It kind of made me feel a bit sick, and I don't know if that was because things were triggering me or not, but I just didn't feel good about it until like the very end, which, I don't know, it was a bit funny because she had things happen to her and then he did like similar things, except it was consensual. But I feel like if I had those things happen to me, which I guess it's just personal preference, there should be a conversation before you do those things. But I get at the end, it kind of explained it a bit better, because there were time jumps between the present and the past, because they had known each other in the past. So that explained why he was doing those things a bit better, but it was kind of a bit too late by the time we got to it. So I ended up giving this book 3 stars. Yeah, I just feel like if you have those things happen to you, I feel like a conversation is necessary. And in Hunting Adeline, even Zaid was like so, I don't know, he was just so good to her after what happened. Like, he did not take advantage of her at all, which was just insane to think about because it's Zaid. But yeah, if you've read it, you know it's kind of hard to explain without spoiling. But basically, I just felt quite uncomfortable reading it, and I feel like it's probably more towards a 2.5, but I feel like the ending kind of saved it a little bit. I don't know. I read other books by H.D. Carlton, like that other one, I forget what it's called now, and I did not like that. That made me feel so uncomfortable as well. Like, if she can write really, really dark stuff. The romance gets a bit out of hand sometimes, and I just don't think that's for me. But, you know, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's other people's, so it's fine. But yeah, that is a wrap up of what I've been doing so far. Last night I wanted to start Saga, volume 11, which is the most current one that's just come out, another sightseeing book. But I didn't end up reading it, and I need to do that today. But first I need to go do an exam at uni, so I've got to leave like now. I'm a bit running late now. I thought I was ahead of time, but it's fine. So after I do this exam, I feel like I will be much more free to indulge in this read-a-thon. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited to take you along. I feel like I'm just going to vlog each week as it comes and goes, and that's what we're going to do so far. But let me know in the comments how you're doing in the read-a-thon and what team you're on, because I love knowing which team you guys are on. I think I already said I'm in team romance, which I think is just probably obvious. That looks like it's about to fall over. Honestly, these bookshelves are in a state. This down here, absolute mess, because these are all the books I want to read this month, and I just am gonna leave them on the floor because it's not worth me putting away to pick back up again. So yes, but yeah, I'm gonna go to uni, do this exam, which I'm really hoping I do well in, because if I don't, it's not good. It's not a good thing. But yeah, I'm excited to do this with you guys. I'm excited to vlog this and take you guys along on my journey of being in the chaos that is Tar. And yeah, I'm just excited overall. So I'll see you in the next clip. Hello. So I wanted to update you. I am in my snuggly hoodie robe because it is freezing, which I'm absolutely loving. I'm not feeling so great just all of a sudden. I don't know why. I just like feeling a bit but I did want to update you guys on more progress, because I have been doing some sightseeing, and I did start and finish Bunny, and I forgot to update you that I was reading this, because I might sit down. This might go for a while. So I listened to this, and I think that was my mistake with reading this. I didn't know what to expect. My hair is an absolute mess. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect at all. I did not expect this. I wrote on my review on Goodreads that I now know what it's like to be on acid and to be in a cult, and basically that I never want to hear the word bunny ever again, because I will go insane. So that does sum up my thoughts. I think this just really wasn't for me. I get what it was trying to do. I really do. But I just was not here for it, and I didn't care. And for an only 300-page book, this took me forever. I swear the audiobook was so long for 300 pages. But it just felt like I was reading it forever, and that's not what you want. Oh no, it's not 300 pages. It is 370, but still, that's quite short, and that was just way too long. And I can see why other people find this such a great book. It is more like general fiction to me. Often really like reading that. And I really am just in a romance mood at the moment, so maybe that was my problem. But yeah, I didn't enjoy this character. Everything about this was agitating, and the characters were agitating, which was the point, and I know that. But I just couldn't stand it, and I think my big problem was that I listened to the audiobook and you had to listen to their voices. And the audiobook person did a great job of imitating these characters. I think that was done perfectly, but they're the most annoying people that ever exist. So that was just a massive problem. for me. So yeah, I'm glad I finished it. I feel like I gave it 2 stars because after I needed like some painkillers or something because just my head was hurting from this book. But it's over. I probably will unhaul this book because I listened to the audiobook and I didn't even read it. And although I really like this cover and it's bright pink and I know why people love it, I'm trying to get into the headspace of unhauling books that are not 5 stars or not 4 stars and that I will not remember and that I just like, you know, don't care for. And then that way my shelves are totally representative of everything that I love. But that's just hard to do when you're a book collector. If anyone relates, let me know. So that's going on the unhaul pile. And then I just recently picked up, I started reading Saga last night, which is a graphic novel if you didn't know. I'm on volume 11, which is the most recent one to come out. So I've been reading that through Hoopla, which is amazing that I can get it through there. I'm only like 30 pages into that, so hopefully I can get that done for a sightseeing thing. But I did stop reading that so I could start the next leg. So to get to the second leg, you have to read a dual POV book. So it can only be 2, it can't be multiple perspectives. And luckily I had on my TBR The Long Game by Elena Armas, who writes, where is she? Oh, she's over here. The Spanish Love Deception, which is one of my all-time favorite romances, if not my favorite. And I am absolutely loving this so much. It's giving Roy Kent because it is soccer or football, but he is British and he's a soccer player. And a situation arises. She works with athletes. Like her dad is a CEO of, I don't know if it's like a press company or what, I kind of missed that in the beginning. But basically she had a run-in with a mascot and things got a bit physical and she hasn't revealed why that's happened. But basically she's being punished by her father because she's either can be punished or be fired. So she's been punished and been sent to like this small town to like manage this like kids football or soccer club or soccer team. And it's quite funny, she didn't realize they were going to be children, and for some reason he's here and they're kind of sharing a property. She thought they booked the same place, but she's out in like the little shack and he's in the main house. And I can just see him inviting her in and it's just going to be great. And he's so cranky and just giving Roy Kent. If you have seen Ted Lasso, you know how funny he is. And in the later seasons, he coaches a kids soccer team and it's just hilarious. And that was what I was getting from this. And the kids in this are so funny because they're just taking the mickey out of him. And yeah, it's just hilarious. Like his name is Cameron and they're calling him Mr. Cam, Mr. Mayor. Like it's just so funny and he's just getting the shits and I love that. So I'm going to continue reading this evening and hopefully get a long way through that. And then after I finish this, and I've also taken the plane, I don't think I mentioned that, so getting double points for this. I'm pretty sure it's around 370 pages, so I'll get about 700-ish by doubling it, so that's exciting. But yeah, I'm really happy that I'm reading books off my TBR though, and even though I am listening to them, I'm reading that one more physically though. I still, like, I'm getting those books for free through the library and I have them physically because I know I'm going to want to reread definitely this one. This one is so amazing and I just love Elena Armas. She hasn't disappointed me yet personally. The American Roommate Experiment wasn't my favourite, but it wasn't bad at all. Like I had such a great time. I think I ended up giving that one 4 stars and this is a potential 5-star for me. So yeah, she can write a male man in such a good way. Yeah, I'm just really excited. So that is all for now. Don't know how much reading I'm going to get done tonight. I have quite a bit of a headache and I think I just need to lay down. I didn't sleep well last night because I was just wanting to read, but I was too tired to read, so then I couldn't sleep and it was just one of those evenings, but it's fine. Hopefully that's not tonight. But yeah, I'm just gonna go snuggle up and chillax for a bit and then maybe make dinner. Hello, don't be alarmed, I did cut my hair very short. I don't know if I was going for nearly a bob, but here we are. It's fine. I actually quite like it. It's so nice to have next to no hair now because I was struggling before with so much hair. Anyway, to update you, I just finished the long game in the car on the drive home from the hairdressers and I loved that book. I'm giving it 5 stars. I cannot fault Elena Armour's so far. And the way it ended, there should definitely be another book in this universe, which she hasn't done. Oh, am I an idiot? Which she did with the Spanish Love Deception and the American Roommate Experiment. So this might be her thing to do like duology ones, interrelated, interconnected series. So that's cool. And yeah, I was just loving that. This evening I will probably be working on Saga, and then I have a few other audiobooks that I might read, listen to whilst I play some Lamp Valley, but we'll just see how we go with that. But for the moment, I'm watching the last episode of Maxton Hall, and if you are watching it, let me know what you think and if you're loving it, because at first I was a bit, it's a little bit cringy, and I'm watching it English dubbed, which isn't bothering me at all. It's actually really good because I'm like mostly doing something on my phone whilst listening to it, so I can't really see the mouths moving all the time, unless I'm like directly watching it. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Enemies to Lovers. Oh, it's getting good, and they're applying to go into Oxford, so that's really cool to watch as well. So yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment. No reading right now. I thought I'd have a little break after finishing the long haul in like less than 24 hours, so I'm gonna go log that now and finish this episode. Hello friends, I haven't updated you in a little bit, and it's the second week now, so I need to update you a lot on what I've been reading because I'm behind on that. Last time I spoke to you was when I finished The Long Game by Elena Armours and loved it. I think we talked about it, but yeah, I had such a great time with that book, and I was just so excited to read another amazing romance book. And also, I got my t-shirt finally, because I ordered it a little bit later and I live so far away in Australia, so it did take a while, but I got home from my last exam today and this was on the doorstep, so it was perfect timing because now I get to do so much reading, which is really exciting. But yeah, so after that I read Saga, which I read the 11th volume, and I read that for sightseeing for a prompt that was a book published in the month you were born, and that was published in November last year, and I'm a November Scorpio person, so I read that and I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. I feel like I've given all of them 5 stars. The story just keeps getting better and better, so much going on, and it's really happening at the moment actually. But I really enjoyed it. Such a great graphic novel. And yeah, and then we're on our way to Berlin at the moment, and I will check in with you because I did start this the other day, when it was still in the first week, and for that, Berlin's prompt was a book with a movement or something like that in the title, so something like go, or like pucking, like fangirl down, like up, like that kind of like movement or something, like a verb kind of thing. Is that even what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know the exact prompt, but this fits it. Done and dusted. Dusted is a verb, and like I was thinking about dusting shelves, so I was like, does this count? I asked the question because I was like, you are moving technically, but I feel like that's just such a weird thing to think about when thinking about movement. And then the first page, it literally says dusted is a verb and it's to be thrown from a horse. So I learned something and it works for the prompt. But I'm currently on page, if it wants to open, 90, so I have been reading this and I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm just loving cowboy romance at the moment, and yeah, I'm just having a great time with these two. We've got Luke Brooks and we've got, who have we got? Clementine Ryder. She goes by Emmy, and she's got 2 brothers, one who is very protective, and Luke Brooks is the brother's best friend. So we've got brother's best friend going on. They've always kind of not liked each other, been annoyed by each other. And he's also been in the family for like forever, because he had family issues. And it's got that found family vibe. Everyone knows them, small town romance. She's just come back to town after being away for a while, so that's also really great. And yeah, I'm just really enjoying it so far. I love her friend, who I feel like is the next book, who gets with the brother because they hate each other like a lot, and these two are just going to be fun if they're together. I think they have to be, like, honestly, come on. And then the other brother might be another book. So I love this. I'm really excited for it. And yeah, I'm going to do some more reading today, but I wanted to update the vlog. I might do like a little bit of B-roll to end it off, and then I'll update you to tell you how I've overall done in the first week. But yeah, we'll go from there. Hope you are enjoying this. Hello. So I'm nearing halfway of Done and Dusted by Lila Sage, and I'm really enjoying it. We just had the cutest scene of them going to like this waterfall. He took her there, and he's never taken anyone there, which is just cute to begin with. And yeah, he's just really come to terms with how he's feeling about her. Not too strong of feelings, but he knows that he's attracted to her. And I really like how he's being honest with himself and going, she's my best friend's sister, she's off limits, but I feel like a certain way and I don't normally feel like this, so I'm going to take advantage of it and I'm going to see what happens. Not by taking advantage of her, that sounded completely wrong, but taking advantage of the situation and getting to know her a little bit better. And he was like, I don't even mind if we just become really good friends, but I never knew her like this, because they have grown up together, but they said to each other that they had learnt more about each other in the past 2 weeks than they had for the past 20 years. And I really enjoyed that. So that's great. But I'm on sprints at the moment, actually. So that's fun. I'm just in bed because I'm in bed this evening now. Bed is happening for me after today. But I thought I would end the vlog here, seeing as it is the second week and I am reading my book for Berlin. So I thought I will make it to Berlin in the first clip of the next vlog, so you can look forward to that. And then I'll be going to Paris. I've already picked my book for Paris, which I'm really excited about. So you get to see that in the next video, which will hopefully be out by the end of this week, or the start of next week, if I get my stuff together. We'll see about that. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're enjoying the amazing read-a-thon if you're participating. And if not, I just hope you're having a lovely reading month and just a lovely month in general. Let me know what you're currently reading or doing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!